We've arrived.
I've just parked our current motorhome next to it. There's quite a size difference.
Any second thoughts?
The deal has been done. We have a new motorhome. This is the beast. So for the first time, let's start her up. Look, it's bigger, right? So we're gonna have to plan a little bit more. There will be certain places we can't go to, but we know that. We've factored that in, but I am excited to start a bit of a project. We've got things we want to do. That's always exciting.
After completing the paperwork and a handover, we took the van off to the secure storage area where the van will be staying until it's time for its first upgrade.
Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you watched last week's vlog, you'll know we've teased you enough, and we promised this week we'd show you what we've bought. But don't think you're going to jump straight into the good stuff and have a look around inside. We're going to start outside.
We're also going to talk about the reasons why we've made this quite big, literal decision.
It's huge. That's what she said. And no, Darren, I'm not paying you any royalties. So come on. So this is the beast. Now, two things to tell you. Firstly, this is not a location review. This is in a secure compound, so it's not picturesque. We're here to talk about our new motorhome. Secondly, we've christened it. We've done our first upgrade. It's now covered in bird. But that's not what's important. This is our Concorde Liner Plus 1130G Max, and it's huge. The quick facts. It's a Mercedes-Benz. It's 15 tons. It's 11.5 meters long, just under 4 meters high, and just over 2.5 meters wide. So it's an absolute beast. But she's a beauty. This is a really quick run through, literally as we've collected it from the dealer. There's loads of upgrades coming. We'll talk about those later, but we're going to quickly run through on the outside what we've got in each locker. Along the bottom here, not too exciting, spare wheel and the tank drains. Bit more exciting, we've got the Panda 5000i generator, and under this one we've just got the vehicle batteries. I'm sure you're thrilled so far. Don't worry, we are getting to the good stuff. And then in the higher lockers, very quickly, aircon. Not the first aircon unit, this is the second aircon unit. This is for the back of the motorhome, so that's the bathroom and the bedroom. We'll come to that later. This has got all of our water controls and the main controller for the Jenny, but this has got our water filter, and these are all our taps for draining the huge tanks. And this one, this bad boy, this goes all the way through to the other side. So this will do for all of our bigger items. I'm thinking the chairs, the mat, that kind of thing. Let's go around the other side. Slightly more exciting around this side, we've got the LPG locker. I've got different ideas for this. We don't actually need to use that for gas. We've got the door, we're going to come to that in a second. Now we're in the electrics area of the van. So we've got a lot of the electrics in here, and we've got the batteries as well. That's one of our first upgrades. You'll have to stay tuned for that. And then in here, we have the inverter, and a little clue for the back of the motorhome. This is the winch. Very quickly, that's the DPF. That is the underslung LPG tank, hence the reason I don't need to worry too much about the locker down there. That's the back of the toilet, no one needs to see that. And then we've got this one this side. Now you may have noticed on the other side that I didn't go into this one either. That's a story for later. I suppose you want to have a look inside, do you? First things first, before we do, let's get the step out. This bad boy has keyless entry. Simply hold there, the numbers light up. I'm not telling you the code, that's for sure. Enter your code, then in you go.
Welcome to our new house. Come in. So why did we buy this motorhome? We'll tell you at the end, but just enjoy the tour for now. We'll start at the front. One of the reasons we love this motorhome is because of the space in here, and against everything I ever used to say, we've gone for the A-Class style, which gives us huge amounts of room at the front here. We've got 2 captain's chairs at the front here. Ricky's already mentioned it's a 15-ton chassis, which means I can't drive it, so that's not great, but it is what it is. Loads of room in the front here. We've got a big dining room table here. It has an extension that pulls out too, so we can get loads of people around here. Bench seat here, and then a 3rd captain's seat here too. And the reason that we love that is because if we need to get Noah's wheelchair in here, Noah is our disabled grandson if you're new to the channel, we can remove this chair and Noah's wheelchair will fit in that space nicely. There are so many plug sockets in this van as well, it's unbelievable, and so many cupboards, and these cupboards are absolutely beautiful. We've got a skylight here, we've got the 2nd air conditioning unit here, we have got a TV just here, as well as the TV up at the front of the cab, which is a smart TV we're told. There's all sorts of gizmos and gadgets that we're still finding out about. I have a feeling that the glass case just here won't be staying. I think Ricky is going to have other designs for that involving hot drinks.
That 100% has got coffee machine written all over it. Look at it. It's made for it. I think that will be fantastic. So this will be my coffee bar very soon.
You may also notice that this vehicle has curtains. Net curtains were something that I was against, but actually I think they look quite nice in this vehicle. They're quite subtle, so they can stay. Come down with me to the kitchen area. This was the area that we kept bumping into each other in, and we needed more space, and we have it. So there's going to be room enough for Ricky to walk by me here, and as well as having this kitchen area, we've got another seating area, and this table drops down and it makes a small double bed. So we're future proofing for grandchildren to stay over in the van with us too. Back to the kitchen. I do a lot of cooking in the van, and you'll now notice I've got a split sink, so I've actually got a sink to strain my vegetables in. It's the small things that make the difference. I've also got one of these taps that come out, look, so I can wash my veggies. Ricky tells me off for moving the tap in our current van because it's not designed for it. 3-burner hob, which is going to get swapped out, I think, longer term for an induction, maybe. And we've got a microwave oven down here. Ricky's got ideas about what that's going to be moving forward, so watch this space. The beautiful cupboards, and then there's a lovely pantry cupboard here. And finally, I've got kitchen drawers. I've always wanted kitchen drawers, and I finally got them, so I'm thrilled about that. So keep coming down and I'll show you more cupboards, even more storage. We've got the tower here, so we've got a small oven up the top, which again I don't think will be staying. We've got a freezer compartment here and a separate full-size fridge with a drink chilling nicely because it's boiling. Come through to the shower room. This is beautiful. We've got a porcelain toilet. How posh is that? We've got a macerator and a huge tank for that, so that's completely new to us. We've got a really lovely big shower. We've got a drying rail at the top, which we've never had before. We've actually got nooks and crannies to keep shampoo and shower gel, etc. So again, can't wait to use that. Loads of space in there. Over this side, we've got a beautiful vanity sink and lots of storage space. So Ricky is actually going to be able to store some of his toiletries this time. So behind the mirror, you've got some really clever storage there. I'm going to put a finger mark on it. Oh, we've even got plug sockets, look. That's a bit dangerous for me. And under the sink, lots more storage. And they've even thought of places to dry your towels. So it's a great design. The only thing I don't like in here, and if you know the channel, is the towel rail. Why is it white? It should be chrome. On a day like today, it'll be great when we eventually move into the van, because there is aircon in the back that goes into the bedroom and into the shower room. So if you're like me, you get out the shower and you're hotter than the sun, that's going to be brilliant. And we also have a wardrobe in here. Lots of space for Ricky's work shirts and all sorts going on in there. And finally, we're in the bedroom. It's a fixed island bed like we had before, but this is pretty much a super king size, so loads of space. In here, we've got a television. We've each got a corner unit for our clothes as well. Lots of lovely lights in here that can do soft lighting. We've got hooks. We've got the net curtains again, which they're okay. And we've also got lots of cupboard space right at the back. It's very, very clever. At the back of the headboard here, you've got these nice pillows, so if you want to sit up in bed and have a cup of tea or coffee, you're all supported. But behind those, there is clever storage. There's a cupboard with a rail, and the cupboard is actually pretty deep, so you can't really see it on camera, but you can easily get shirts in there, jumpers, etc. to hang up. So we've each got a cupboard like that. In the centre, there's another cupboard. It's actually really deep in there. And to each side, we have yet another cupboard. And in here, hanging rails, shelf, both sides, so room for lots and lots of clothes. I cannot complain about the storage in here at all. And there's natural light from the skylight. You might wonder why the ceiling isn't that tall in here, and there's a really good reason for that, which we'll show you in a minute. We can both quite comfortably sit up when we're in bed, so there's enough height in here. We tend not to dance around the bedroom, frankly, at our age, so we're perfectly happy with that. And there's, as I said, a very good reason, but you've probably worked it out by now. Type your guesses in the comments.
It's the small things in life that keep you happy, isn't it? And something that keeps me happy, actually it's not a small thing, we've got two huge awnings and they're both electric, so no more rattling around in the garage trying to find the pole to wind it. Not on my watch. I'm obviously not going to bring it all the way out. You get the idea. And the other one? Actually, while we're talking about small things that make you happy, the other small thing, one sec. We have this huge long LED lighting that runs all the way down. And we haven't just got it on this side. No. It's on the other side as well. There you have it. And then round the back, look at this beauty. Now that is what I call a garage. Wouldn't you agree? Hot and cold shower at the front. There's the winch to the right of those yellow chocks. And then you've got your ramp for your smart car.
So you've had the tour, a quick tour of the vehicle as it is now. We've not tidied it, cleaned it, or hidden anything. This is as it is now.
And it's not new. It's a 2015, so it's what, 11 years old, and it's by no means perfect. It's got a few things that need repairing, and also it's got a few things we want to do to it to make it perfect for us, or as close to perfect as you're ever going to get.
Yeah, and we know that this is not for everybody, but there are good reasons as to why we've chosen this vehicle.
Yeah, and the biggest one clearly is the size. It's big. We know it's big, and that's by design. We want the space for our grandson to come and stay. We love it when he comes to stay over, and he's not getting any smaller. So if we can get a wheelchair or whatever needs he has in here to enjoy this space with us, for us, that's a winner every time. It just means we'll have to plan our travel a little bit more carefully. Some places, we won't be able to get to them. You know what? We are more than happy with that. We've sat down, we've looked at it, we've thought about it, haven't we?
Yep.
We know this is going to cost more to run. We've looked at diesel prices, we've looked at the MPG this is getting, but you know what? We didn't buy it to discuss fuel economy, because otherwise we'd all be driving around in Fiat 500s or
in your little green,
in my BYD
EV machine.
Yeah, so we know all of that, and we factored that in, and we think this is going to be a great motorhome for us. We're super excited, aren't we?
We are. Yeah.
And we have got some great upgrades coming as well, almost immediately. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe if you haven't already, ding the bell, because we're going to be showing you what we're doing to make it just that little bit better for us. If you've got any questions about the motorhome and anything else, please do drop them in the comments. And we're new to Concorde, so we're not new to motorhoming, but we're new to Concorde, so we're going to learn as we go along. So if you've got a Concorde, please feel free to drop in the comments any tips, any advice, any things to watch out for, because we are more than happy to learn as we go. And if we can learn from your mistakes as well, even better.
And thank you to all the people that have already been really helpful with advice along the way, all the questions we've been asking of everybody in our kind of search for our next home.
Yeah, so I guess to kind of wrap that up, because we were going down the American RV route, weren't we? And genuinely we were very interested. In fact, we went to buy one, and it was only at the last minute we realised it wasn't quite for us and what we wanted, and that meant we took a slight change in direction and found this. And it's funny, isn't it, how things work out, because we were a bit disappointed when we drove away, but however we then found this and then kind of worked out this was the right thing for us. So yeah, that kind of wraps up our journey. This is what we've bought. We're going to have a period to do a few bits and bobs before we move in, so we'll still be having the Swift for the next few bits of travel, and then shortly after we'll be moving in. But we'll take you on the journey of the upgrades we're going to do first, and then some that we'll do later once we're living in it and work out what we really want.
And we have had a few questions about our Contiki. Yes, we will be selling it in a couple of months' time when we're ready and we've fully moved into this vehicle, and it will be going up for sale through Oak Tree Motorhomes. We actually already have had somebody very interested, so
yeah, so
it might have already gone.
So nearer the time we'll let you know in case you're interested, but we would direct all those inquiries to Oak Tree. They're the experts, and they will handle that for us. So I think that kind of wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and we're super excited to take you along on our journey, so stay tuned. We are waffling a little bit now, but that's rude, isn't it? But yeah, please do watch the next one to see what happens next.
We'll see you next time, and we'll count how many times Ricky says the word journey.
I'm off on a journey now, so I'll see you on the next journey. Rude.
You did say it a lot.